Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all already know who this is. This is Ron the freaking Don. Now, today, I wanted to speak about the recent crackdowns on freedom of speech and our political discourse in this country. Political polarization has reached an all-time high. At least in my lifetime, it has. A political polarization has always existed from the beginning of politics. But the culture wars now has reached a level like an unprecedented level. We already know it has that Charlie Kirk's death has contributed to that. And not only has Charlie Kirk's death contributed to that, the left, the people on the far radical left celebrating his death. The far radical left influence on social media celebrating his death because of a different political opinions. But now that has resulted in the crackdown of freedom of speech weaponized by conservatives in the Trump administration. Of course, the Trump administration has contributed to that as well. Why? Because the far left, opened up Pandora's box, which means that they set a dangerous precedent back during the pandemic when the Biden administration has created a misinformation board to censor big tech companies such as YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, which is now known as X, Instagram. They cracked down on freedom of speech during the pandemic to censor any and all dissenting opinions about the COVID-19 lockdowns. So they set up a dangerous precedent. But now, the Trump administration and the right wing are using those same tactics. They're applying those same methods to crack down on liberal, progressive opinions for people who is not too fond of Charlie Kirk or disagree with his message or whatnot. Celebrating a man's death, that is cruel and that is harsh. So they use that as a reason to crack down on liberals now. Like the same way how, like, similar to how Richard Nixon has back in the 70s when he cracked down on hippies. He waged a war on drugs to crack down on the hippies that opposed the Vietnam War. So history it's been a lot of historic examples of this. And President Woodrow Wilson back in 1920s during World War I has censored a guy named Eugene Ebbs who was against the administration on World War I, who was against the U.S. entering World War I. They censored him by sentencing him to prison. So, but on a big tech level, the Biden administration and the far leftists has set a dangerous precedent during the COVID-19 pandemic. So now, liberals are being canceled now. They're getting a taste of their own medicine. See, I warned y'all during the pandemic a few years ago. I warned y'all in my videos a few years ago that using weaponizing cancel culture to censor dissenting opinions about the COVID-19 pandemic against the conservatives was going to result in those same weapons being utilized against you. I warned y'all about this. Many conservatives and independents have warned y'all about this. Now y'all don't like it, right? I getting a taste of your own medicine. Now, do I agree with the right censoring freedom of speech? No, I don't agree with any political party or political ideology censoring freedom of speech at all. However, I do understand why the right is using it now, is weaponizing it against the far leftists, because y'all weaponized it against them during the pandemic. Shit, some of my videos got taken down because I have dissenting opinions about the pandemic. You already know where I stand about the pandemic. I don't taking away, impeding on someone's freedom and liberty, I disagree with on all sides, on all accounts. Rather it's from the left, the right, the center. I don't agree with censoring any political opinions in no way, shape, or form. But however, you set a precedent whenever a political party uses it against their political opponents. Now those political opponents are going to use that against you. Now a lot of conservatives, mainstream conservatives, Fox News, and Kayleigh McEnany, and a lot of other mainstream conservatives are worried that when the Democrats get back in power, they're going to use it against them. It already happened during the pandemic. So, yeah, I cannot stress enough how important it is to let everyone have a freedom of speech to be able to say whatever they would like to say. I don't agree with students getting expelled, or influencers like Destiny and like Destiny getting deplatformed because of freedom of speech, because he feels a way about Charlie Kirk. I don't agree with deplatformed or students getting expelled because of that. I don't agree with any of it. But however, you set the tone for it. Liberals and progressives set the tone for it, even though it was already on the books since World War I. Even though there was already being weaponized historically, freedom of speech was always, censorship was already, has a history of, political parties already have a history of using censorship. But the Democrats and liberals amped it up when they used it during the pandemic. But yes, I don't agree with it of any kind. Why it's important, it's crucial to let everyone have their freedom of speech and for them to be able to say whatever it is they like to say, no matter rather it's grounded in reality, fact, or fiction, or anything. It is crucial that everyone has the freedom to speak and say whatever it is they like to say. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on the topic. I will catch y'all in my next video. Peace.